Hey everyone, and welcome back to Scandalous Media. It's Angela here, and today we are going to talk about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's crumbling empire. The way we have seen their story crumble in front of our own eyes is crazy, but the past few weeks have been especially humiliating for Harry and Meghan. Before I start, be sure to like and subscribe for more videos each week, and leave us your video requests in the comments down below. Follow us on our social media, turn on the bell notification so you don't miss the live chat, and without further ado, let's get into it. For many months now, there have been rumors spiraling around about how Meghan is going to be the new face of Dior in a massive $20 million deal, coining her the nickname Duchess of Dior. Meghan and Harry have been big Dior fans throughout the years and have been spotted wearing Dior for a lot of important events, most importantly, Harry, who appeared at his father's coronation in a Dior suit. He also wore a Dior shirt for his court appearances at the London High Court, and Dior tweeted about it, so this made the rumors run even more rampant by people assuming that Dior is going to come out with a campaign featuring the disastrous duo. However, a source at the French fashion house has denied the rumors, telling The Telegraph that reports crowning a new Duchess of Dior have left the team in Paris nonplussed as to how the story came about. I'm sorry, but that is so embarrassing for Harry and Meghan, for Dior to literally come out and say that they are confused as to how the rumor even began. Easy. Through Harry and Meghan's camp, most likely, as you will learn in my next video talking about the media game that Harry and Meghan play, so make sure to stay tuned for that. Anyway, this drama unfolded when Blackpink's Jisoo and actresses Jennifer Lawrence, Natalie Portman, and so on were announced and confirmed as brand ambassadors of Dior. That's also when a spokesperson for Harry and Meghan said that the story is not true. No duh, it's not true. The new faces of Dior were already revealed and Meghan was not part of them. Kinda like how Harry was not part of Archetypes even though they originally got the Spotify deal because of their ties to the royal family, which I will talk about later on in this video. A spokesman for Dior told WWD Women's Wear Daily that the reports are unfounded, stressing that there have been no contract negotiations or recent contact with Meghan Markle. Do you know how pitiful your image has to be for brands to stress that they are not working with you, nor have been in recent contact with you at all? They're treating her as if she had just had a huge scandal. Kind of like when Balenciaga had that whole scandal and celebrities were like, oh no, I have not worn Balenciaga in months. That's the treatment Meghan is getting right now. And this tells me that behind the scenes, things are even worse and more scandalous, as we will see from Spotify. And just days after Meghan's supposed partnership with the brand fell through, Queen Camilla was seen wearing a Dior outfit at the Royal Ascot, and that alone made a bunch of headlines. On the other hand, both Harry and Meghan have routinely worn the label at high-profile events and are big fans of the fashion house. A source close to the Sussexes even told The Telegraph that Harry has inherited his long-existing relationship with the house from his mother, and that he simply likes working with Dior and wearing their clothes. This was told at the time of the rumors that they were signing a deal with Dior, something widely spread in the US mainstream media. Of course, it's not shocking that Meghan would want to work with Dior, especially in her career as cosplaying as the late Princess Diana, who was also known to love Dior. In September 1995, the then First Lady of France, Bernadette Chirac, presented Princess Diana with a new unreleased bag design called the Chouchou on a royal visit to Paris. Diana loved the bag and was photographed carrying it routinely in the mid-1990s, generating enough publicity and enough sales that Dior would later rename the style the Lady Dior in her honor. That's iconic and impactful, two things that Meghan is not. Moving on to the horrid Spotify fail. Since the moment the deal with Spotify was announced, it was due to fail for a multitude of reasons. Firstly, it was originally supposed to be a podcast with Prince Harry, the reason we are all talking about Meghan Markle, and he was originally on the first episode or snippet or whatever it was they released that was literally so long ago I don't remember. When the deal was announced in 2020, it took them an additional 2 years to get anything produced and posted, to the point where I had many sources send in information telling me that Spotify is pissed behind the scenes and how they fear that they're not going to get a return of investment for their money. Lo and behold, Meghan finally released the podcast, but it wasn't what anyone expected. Pretty sure people wanted the inside tea with the royal family, or at least some sort of entertainment, but nope. Instead, it was just Meghan talking about herself for an hour each week, which is a dream for her. I made quite a few videos covering archetypes, and especially a video called The Problem with Archetypes, and I talked a lot about how hard it was to get through. I'm well known by my readers and subscribers that I don't personally care for the celebrity, and if you can entertain me, I'll tune in. I listen to albums by people I don't like, I listen to podcasts without caring for the hosts, so it says a lot when it was literally traumatic and hair-pulling to get through a simple episode of Archetypes. Go check out those videos after you finish watching this one. They wanted to play the illusion game, which I will explain more in my upcoming video. The team would post about how successful the episodes are, how high they're charting, and they would call Archetypes groundbreaking, and even award the podcast and Meghan so many different types of awards for literally no reason. And then it got cancelled. Even worse, Spotify's own executive Bill Simmons slammed them publicly, calling them grifters. On the Bill Simmons podcast, he said, "The fucking grifters, that's the podcast we should have launched with them." Now this is funny because both Spotify and Archewell released a joint statement saying that this was a mutual decision.
Sure, Jan.
And that Archewell wants to experience other things, sure. But Bill Simmons is spilling the scandalous tea we all want, as he said, "I gotta get drunk one night and tell the story of the Zoom I had with Harry to try and help him with the podcast idea. It's one of my best stories." I cannot even fathom how embarrassing this is. Not only did Harry need help coming up with the podcast idea, but he didn't even end up being on the podcast anyway. We just had Meghan every week who used her platform as a revenge platform, hitting back at everything anyone has ever called her. Whether that's difficult, a bitch, or a bully, she sat there, pretended to interview expert guests that were actually interviewed by producers, and only spoke to A-list celebrities about God knows what. The whole thing was bound to fail. The concept was boring and quite frankly unhelpful, they did not produce enough content, and the person that people are interested in Meghan for, Harry, wasn't even part of the podcast. Why do you think Netflix pulled in more numbers than Spotify? People are here for the scandalous tea, but unfortunately for Harry and Meghan, the only scandalous thing about them was how fast Hollywood shut the door in their face and how their empire crumbled publicly. Well guys, that's all I have for you today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what other content you want to see. Comment down below your thoughts, like and subscribe for more, follow us on our social media, and as always, I'll see you next time.